Hi guys, this is Anne from its.alovely.life. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. And yeah, I talk about motherhood and my life here in Canada, and I also do vlogs. If you're interested, then don't forget to click the subscribe button and that bell button as well so that you get notified every time I post a new video. So for today's video, I am going to talk about pros and cons of living here in Canada. And this is going to be a Taglish video. So yeah, because I want to cater this to all my kababayans na gustong pumunta dito sa Canada. So if you want to know all about the pros and cons of living here, then let's get started. So, I'm going to be talking about yung positive muna. For the first one, I think it's really cool that we have a universal healthcare here in Canada, and as well as free prescriptions for ages 0 to 24 years old. Yung free prescription, actually, new lang yan siya. New lang siya. I think it was just only 2 to 3 years ago they started doing that. I think it's good that we have this new thing now na free prescription from 0 to 24 years old. Di ba nga, yung mga bata, I think they don't have their immune system developed yet. So, they're really prone to getting sick. Tapos dito pa sa Canada, pa iba yung weather. So, then again, you're prone to getting sick. So, and if you don't have extra health insurance coverage from work, then your medicine is not covered. Medyo may kamahalan siya, especially if yung prescribed by the doctor. Kaka-relieve lang siya as a parent kasi parang less na yung babayaran mo, kasi you have to pay for other stuff too, right? So, yeah, parang nakaka-relieve lang siya. So, and also the universal healthcare, which I talked about recently in my previous vlog. Especially for me, na nanganak ako dito twice and I didn't have to pay for anything. Checkups as well, we don't have to pay for that. There are exceptions though, we have to pay for our eye checkup and our dental checkups, which is not a big deal. For eye checkup, I think you just go there if you really have to. And then the dental, you can go there once a year, at least once a year they recommend, just to get a cleanup. Full-time ka dito, you will have extra health insurance coverage, which is gonna be helpful if you go to dentist, kasi i-cover nila lahat. Number 2 is free schooling from kindergarten to high school. And yes, you heard it right, free schooling, free tuition fee, walang tuition fee. The only thing is yung uniform if your kids go to Catholic school. So kung sa Catholic school sila, required yung yung uniform sa Catholic school. I actually went to a Catholic school nung high school ako. So we have to wear uniform. Hindi naman siya ganun kamahalan yung uniform dito, and you can buy them naman sa second-hand store din. Apart from that, there's no tuition fee dito. Even the books are free. Kasi ililend naman, parang lang siya, parang borrow mo lang siya throughout the semester, tapos ibabalik mo at the end. Wala ka talagang babayaran, which is nice again kasi marami ka nang binabayaran sa extracurriculum ng anak mo. If, for example, if you want to enroll your kids to dance lesson, mahal yan. So, at least, makakapag-ipon ka to put towards other things, right? Instead of worrying about paying for tuition fee. Although, meron din ditong private schools, yung talagang higher end education siya talaga, private school. usually international students yung nandun, and like yung mga mayayaman. So they have to pay for their tuition fee, of course. And also, like, if it's a Christian school, then magbabayad din sila ng tuition fee kasi it's a private school. But I'm not saying na yung libreng school dito is like katulad sa atin sa Pilipinas na public talaga na yung, 'di ba? I'm not trying to put down our education system in the Philippines, but I'm just saying dito kahit na libre siya, it's still top-notch like education. Kung nasa public school ka or nasa Catholic school, it's still the same. Like, I feel like Catholic school is comparable to private school sa Pilipinas. So number 3 is high employment demand sa Canada is that the demand of employment never stops. It's just, it keeps on increasing talaga. And they need skilled workers, especially here. So if you're in the Philippines and trying to come here in Canada, make sure na meron kayong skills to offer. If you're, for example, if you're a factory worker, gusto nila yan. If you're a welder, they like that as well. Anything na may skill ka, as long as you prove that you have a skill to offer, then they like that one. Like I said, the employment demand here is high. So kahit saan talaga, everywhere they're hiring. Even like yung mga restaurants, I feel like they're always hiring. At saka yung mga small like drugstores, they're also hiring. So yeah, and if you're here, then you'll never be out of work at all. If you are, then meron namang support from government, and then you'll get back working again. What I love about Canada is that it's so diverse. So kasi dito, iba't ibang cultures, and they're very open to that. I think most of the Canadians are very open to different cultures, and they're open as well into trying different things. Like like they try to understand one culture. But I'm not saying na hindi kayo makaka-experience dito ng discrimination, because it's everywhere. But most definitely, it's very diverse here, and so Canadians are very accepting. And if I'm saying Canadians, it's not just the typical Caucasian Canadians. Meron namang Canadians dito na are from different culture. Like my 2 kids are Canadians, but they're half Filipino as well. So yeah, it's very diverse. It's a melting pot here of culture. Number 5 is it has low crime rate. And that is so true. Compared to the US na always mong maririnig na merong shooting, may mga guns, like they have problems with shooting sa school, or like it's just basically everywhere there's violence. I mean, it's anywhere anyways around the world, like there's violence anywhere. But here in Canada, you don't usually hear that. Like there's probably like a few little bits siguro na yung maririnig mo na, oh, may nanakawan dito, or got their car got stolen or whatever. But or there's a shooting here as well. There's actually one that was really sad, like was that in Montreal or Ottawa? I can't remember, but there was a shooting in like a mosque. The next one is that Canadians are very respectful. As a Filipino na grow up sa Philippines, that was taught to be respectful always, I feel like that's one thing that I really admire sa tao, yung may they're respectful. And yeah, yan naman yung first na makikita mo talaga dito. Yung pagkarating ko dito, they're very polite. They'll hold the door for you. Like if you're going out of like a mall or kung ano, they will really hold the door for you. They'll wait for you actually. And then yeah, and also they'll say pardon me, yung nag-excuse me talaga sila. And even though they're in a hurry, it's a plus point that Canadians are respectful. Next one is, or should I say the last one, is that we boast the great outdoors here in Canada. I mean, anywhere. Like if you go East Coast, then you'll see beautiful beaches, like yun yung actual na ocean talaga. Hindi yung lake lang, but yeah. And then meron silang, they have good seafood there as well. I've never been, pero yun yung gusto kong puntahan someday. Tapos naman, pag pumunta ka ng West Coast, is we have beautiful mountains and lakes, and but yeah, just it's spectacular. Yun yung mga yung mountain ranges nila, it is comparable to like even like Australia or New Zealand. But yeah, it's beautiful. And then when you come here in Ontario, we have lakes, and we actually have one lake here in Ontario that we went to this place called Tobermory, and it's beautiful. It's turquoise, and I felt like I was in a tropical country kasi I've never seen a lake that clear and blue, and it's just magical. I'm gonna post pictures because yeah. And yeah, like anywhere in Canada, I feel like if you go to one place to another, it seems like you're not in Canada. Like seems like another place. But anyways, yeah, so yeah. And let's go to the cons.